Hey, what's going on? Keith here from Sports Vibes TV, and in this video we're going to be looking at an article from Shams of The Athletic. It's going to give us a little bit of insight into what the New York Knicks are doing behind the scenes as trade season approaches. So if you like this video, do me a solid, smash that like button, and if you're looking for Knicks news, rumors, and analysis, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications set to all so you're notified whenever I drop new content. So with that being said, let's jump right into the article and see exactly what Shams has to say. So here we are with the article. Shams starts by saying the 76ers are ramping up their efforts to spark multi-team trade scenarios to move Simmons, sources said, and a fresh pool of teams has emerged as potential destinations. The New York Knicks, Los Angeles Lakers, Minnesota Timberwolves, Portland Trail Blazers, Sacramento Kings, Indiana Pacers, and Cleveland Cavaliers are among the teams interested in Simmons, sources said, although it's unclear how much traction Philly truly has on any move. Now, this next paragraph is talking more so about his mental health, so we'll skip along to see exactly what the Philadelphia 76ers may want in return. So now it says, but it's clear 76ers president of basketball operations Daryl Morey has his eyes set on a potential trade scenario to ship Simmons out of Philadelphia whenever a rival team can meet his asking price. The 76ers are currently asking for a all-star caliber player and or multiple first-round draft picks for Simmons, sources said. So, you know, the Knicks, we do feel, I guess you could say technically we feel two of those criteria. We have an all-star caliber player in Julius Randle, but unfortunately he's not playing to that level at the moment. But we have a boatload of first-round picks that we could include in a deal for Simmons. My thing is, I just don't think Simmons is that guy we should be talking about. You know, I skipped the paragraph talking about his mental health. It's here on screen if you guys want to read it as I talk, but you're looking at Julius Randle, who seems to be struggling with the pressure of playing in New York City. And now, you know, you want us to target a player like Ben Simmons, who has found it, you know, too difficult to perform in Philly, and he has not lived up to some of their expectations, especially in, you know, high pressure clutch moments in the playoffs. And I think, you know, with Julius Randle, that is, you know, evidence that it's not easy being a New York Knicks. You know, they say it a lot. You know, the Knicks jersey is one of the heaviest jerseys in the league to put on, and you're talking about a player who's had some mental health issues. I'm not exactly sure if New York City is the best place for him. Now, I can't deny his talent. Ben Simmons has, you know, stepped onto the court. You know, he missed his rookie season due to injury, but when he's out there on the court, he has performed, you know, to the level of an all-star. You know, he's averaging 15.9 points per game, 8.1 rebounds per game, and 7.7 assists per game for his career. But if you look at, you know, what the issue with Ben has been over with Philly, I don't think New York is the right spot for him. You know, he's a player who his outside shot is non-existent. You know, outside of that, he has been able to get into the paint. He's a good facilitator. He's a great defender, and he would fit perfectly with Tibbs. But when you talk about, you know, the mental aspect of the game and, you know, having to deal with the pressures of being a Knicks, whether it be the needed media, whether it be the fans, whether it be the national attention, there's a lot that's involved with being a New York Knicks, a New York Knick. And if you're going to be the leader of the team, it just amplifies it that much more. You know, I can say time and time again, look at Julius Randle. He's really struggling being the leader. So, you know, if we bring in a Ben Simmons, it's going to cost us multiple first-round draft picks. We're also going to probably have to bring in another team, because I don't think they're going to take Julius Randle for a Ben Simmons and multiple picks. You know, could they? Maybe. You know, I'm not inside that front office. You know, the 76ers were looking at Jeremy Grant as a potential trade option. So it's within that same line of thinking. You know, Julius Randle, when he's performing, he's a better player than Jeremy Grant. Maybe it's something to consider. I just don't see it working out just because of how high pressure, you know, playing in a city like New York is. And we've already seen Ben Simmons wilt under that pressure. So Simmons, I don't think he'd be a good fit for the Knicks, but it looks like the front office, they're at least making the phone call and doing their due diligence, and I can't blame them for that. At least, get involved, see if the price is, reasonable or a steal. Because if you can get Ben Simmons for a steal, I mean, you can consider it, I guess. I just don't see him working out in New York, just knowing how stressful it can be trying to lead the New York Knicks. But other than that news, there was another story regarding another New York Knicks. Here we go. Sham says, sources said teams are inquiring about Knicks forward Kevin Knox, who has played in just 4 games this season and has rival executives wondering the plan for the 22-year-old in New York. Rival executives are wondering, and fans are wondering as well. We're not sure what they want to do with Kevin Knox moving forward. Knox scored 18 points, grabbed 5 rebounds, and made 5 3-pointers in 29 minutes against the Milwaukee Bucks on Sunday, his first extended run of the season. He was the Knicks' number 9 overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft after averaging 12.8 points and 4.5 rebounds in 75 games. 57 of them were starts as a rookie. Knox has failed to gain traction in the organization, but could something change? Now, it was nice to see Kevin Knox get some minutes against the Milwaukee Bucks. We were short-staffed. I keep saying short-staffed. We didn't have our full roster available. We did not have Obi. We did not have RJ. Both are dealing with, COVID protocols, unfortunately. So hopefully they have a speedy recovery. And we're also missing Alec Burks due to him having a child. So congratulations to him. And, Knox stepped up and he made his presence felt. He 18 points, knocked down 5 3-pointers, and he was aggressive out there shooting. He still has his deficiencies defensively, and there's some issues with him rebounding, but the fact that he was out there to go on the court and put out some good film, I think is a plus for the Knicks. Whether he can use that moment to kind of crack and fight for some more minutes in the rotation, or we can show that to other teams. They can look at it. As you can see, there's some interest in Knox, and now maybe we can move on from him and bring in some more assets that'll help us in the future. Last year we didn't get anything for Frank Nitti. He left, and we got nothing in return in terms of draft capital. So hopefully, if this front office feels like Kevin Knox is not in our long-term future, maybe they can put him out there and have him contribute to some hopefully winning basketball, and we can move on from him and get something in return, because he showed some signs against the Milwaukee Bucks. So you have to give him kudos for that. Tibbs could start using him some more in, small ball lineups where we move Julius Randle to the 5 and we have Kevin Knox at the 4. They did try that some throughout the season. And I think if we were to continue to use that lineup, it'll give us some positive results. We tried sometimes with Obi going small, but Obi's shots not falling. It's hard, I think, for Tibbs to stick with that lineup. So Kevin Knox as an option that we can put in replacement of Obi to help break the zone when teams throw that at us, I think would be an ideal situational role for Kevin Knox with this team. So let me know what you guys think about the Knicks potentially targeting Ben Simmons via trade, and also teams inquiring about Kevin Knox and whether or not the Knicks should move him, if he's not in our long-term futures, which is what it appears. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Once again, I'm Keith, host of Sports Vibes TV, and I'm out.